So here we are back at the tree generator, ready to continue with our project. And we now want to export this to Unreal, but I want to export some of these parts individually so we can use them with Foliage Painter in Unreal. So let me hide the rock. Let me hide the grass. And let's make the tree just a single tree instead of all these trees by setting the tree count to 1, and let's center the single tree that we have here, and let's just export this one. And we have multiple options here, but we are using now the Unreal 5.6 export option. We have already the right name and everything, so let's just export it. And it downloads to our folder here, as you can see. And now let's also see, we can see we already exported, but I forgot to show you the collision. We could edit the collision. Yes, let's edit the radius a little bit smaller so it doesn't expand outside the tree. Maybe it's a little bit hard to see in the recording, but now we have this capsule collision here edited. Let's re-export the edited collision meshes. And now let's export the rocks. By first we need to, of course, enable them and hide the tree. Yeah, maybe we can edit the rock UVs a little bit. So let's edit the something like this. Let's export that one. That's gonna be the rock. And now we can export the grass by itself, and we have to disable the solo for the rocks to work. So let's hide them also, and let's show the grasses. They are spread quite wide, so let's bring them together a little bit more like this. And let's just export them. These are plants. And now, as you can see, we have all these 3 files downloaded in a folder, and we need one more thing, and that's the Unreal importer that we can find in the extra section of the library, and just clicking on it, that downloads too. So now we can extract the importer, and we go to the folder, and this is the tree generator folder, asset folder that goes to our projects. Here's the project folder to the content folder, and I just pasted here, copy pasted it in here. And now if I open the project that we just copy pasted the assets to, now we have this tree generator folder in it, and we can open it, run the editor utility widget, and change the folder name something like trees and start importing. We just select all the 3 files that we created and open and wait for a while to them get processed. Well, that was under a minute, but here we have them. So we have the meshes now in our scene, and let's make a new level, just basic level to preview our meshes in. Let me change this collision to block all, so we can let's paint on it too. And this is the tree, and we can see all the materials were created and set correctly. And you can see even the collision that we created. It's showing here. Now let's see that. And this is our grass, and this is our rock. Now we have these 3 assets, and we can easily make a scene from them. Let's make just an easy example scene by using the foliage paint, and we drag them all in here. Let's set some variables for the parameters for the trees. We don't need this many for a 1 square meter, and they can be like 50 centimeters apart. Maybe let's make them in range of 0.8 to 1.2. And since they are using nanite, we're not gonna do any culling, but we do want the collision to block all. And from the advanced section, we want the world position offset to fade out, let's say something like a 70 meters. Let's see how many. Oops. Now it painted all of them, but let's disable those two and only paint the trees. And this is what we get. Great. Now let's see, let's edit the grass. That's already giving us very dense grass, so let's do some variation for it too. Like so. For that one we don't need the collisions, but we also want for that one to change the world position offset fade out distance to smaller number because they are so much smaller meshes. Let's see how this works. Yes, great. And the last one with the stones, I guess we don't want too many stones. And we make these same edits for them, and we use collisions for them. And now I just remembered we need to edit the, and now even the stones probably have the wind on them. As you can see, let me bring it here, you can see even the stone is now swaying in the wind, and this is not something that we want. So we go to the wind material on the stone and just turn the wind off. Like so. So let's go back into the foliage editor, and did we set the, now this is looking good enough too. So let's enable all of them and start painting like this. If we want to edit the wind, we need to edit the wind for all of these materials, but if we want just to change all the wind at once, we can go to the tree generator, the master material, the M3 master, and in this master material you have these speed for and power variables for the trunk and for the branches and also for the twigs. So here we are. And that's it for the exporting to Unreal Engine. We'll go back and start exporting to Unity.